Hi everyone, it is Sandra from Gracious Goodness Essentials, episode 1 in our winter wellness series. And I thought I would start with something that I do absolutely every single day in one way or another, and that is using the diffuser. So I have a diffuser in pretty much every room of the house. Sometimes you'll see the diffusers on in my living area, sometimes it's in towards the kitchen. I've got one in every bedroom. I even have a diffuser at work. And I love them. And I wanted to talk to you about how diffusers work and why they are so beneficial for us. So the diffuser is actually pretty simple. This one here is a pedal diffuser. It comes in the Home Essentials kit. I've had this one for about 3 years and it has never failed me. It never gives up the ghost, which is why I always use it in demonstrations. So this is it after 3 years. It's still pretty clean and tidy. All you have to do is you actually fill up this tank part here with water up to the red mark. And then you add your essential oils, pop the lid on and choose how you want it to diffuse, over what time period, if you want the light on or off, okay? It's a pretty simple concept, but how does it actually work? Well, we know that water and oils don't mix. So when we put the water and the oils in our tank, in our reservoir here, the oils actually sit just on top of the water. But that little hole part there, that's actually a vibration plate. And that vibration plate vibrates the water and the oils together at such a frequency that they get converted into little nanoparticles. They get broken down, okay? And the oil and the water and these little nanoparticles then get blown out using a fan as a cold mist through this little hole. And I will show you that in just a minute. And then the water and the oils are then dispersed up into the air, into the environment that we've put them in. So right here, it would be in my lounge room. And the water and the oils are held in suspension in the air several hours after they have first been diffused, which is kind of cool because we know that essential oils all have different chemical properties, okay? Some are fantastic antibacterials, some are fantastic antivirals, antimicrobials. They've all got their own unique little properties. Some love the bacteria and the viruses that tend to hang around our lungs, some for other areas of the body. It's seriously so cool when you get into the science of it. But another reason that we love using the diffuser in our home is not only because of the essential oils, but a little bit of moisture in our environment is actually a good thing. So the research is there to say that when your environment is either too dry or too wet, viruses in particular love to grow in those environments, okay? So in winter, you can see I've got our fire here cranking, but I love it, but it makes the air quite dry. So I find it important that to actually have a diffuser going just to put that little bit of extra moisture into the air. But I compare my diffuser to the vaporizer that I used to have when the kids were little. Now, when I put a vaporizer on in the bedrooms, the next morning, my windows would be wet. The area around the vaporizer would be wet. I was putting way too much moisture into the environment. The diffusers, you don't end up with any wet spots. Your windows will never get wet from it, okay? It is a beautiful amount, it's just the right amount of moisture into your air. And it will really help to create the right balance so that your airways don't get too dry, that bacteria and viruses aren't gonna wanna grow there that well. We then add in the essential oils with all of their nice little antiviral, antibacterial busting properties, and we have a really good mix. Plus, your house smells beautiful. So let's show you how it actually works because these videos are going to be for everybody, okay? This includes those of you who have never had anything to do with essential oils. This is why I'm wanting to show you how to use everything, and I'll give you some ideas of some different combinations and why I love them. So the very basics is that we simply want to add some water into our diffuser up to the red line mark. Now we don't want to go past the red line because otherwise the weight of the water will actually stop the vibration plate from working as well as it could. Then we need to choose some essential oils. Now the ones that I'm going to talk about just today are ones to help us stay healthy, perhaps think about knocking out some germs that are out there. Now in the Home Essentials kit there's 10 different oils. There's 6 single oils and there's 4 blends. And 2 of the blends are our On Guard Protective Blend and Easy Air. And I'm going to talk about them both in more detail later in the week. But these are the ones that I pull out when one of us is actually under the weather. Okay, these are my hard hitters. The On Guard is full of oils like clove and rosemary, eucalyptus, wild orange, And it's fantastic and it's super powerful and it's great at knocking out bacteria and viruses. However, I don't diffuse On Guard every day because we're not sick every day. And I choose instead some of the gentler essential oils that I love the aromas of that also do a fantastic job at just knocking out pathogens in the environment. So some that I love: peppermint, tea tree, and lemon. I love these three, both on their own, but also put together in the diffuser. And so that's what I'm going to do today. So this diffuser is going to be out here in my main living area. So it's a big area. I'm going to do 3 drops of each. So that's going to be 9 drops in total, which is actually, for me, that's actually quite a lot. In the bedrooms, I tend to only do like 1, 2, 3 drops maybe total for my diffuser, but because it's out here in a large area, I'm going to add a little bit more. So 3 drops of lemon. 1, 2, 3. So lemon is great. It's a great disinfectant. It also is really good for helping to clear up stuffy noses. 3 tea tree. Now, I think we undervalue tea tree here in Australia because we've been surrounded with it so much. But did you know that tea tree is more antibacterial than the hospital disinfectants? It's a very powerful little essential oil. And so when you diffuse it into the air, it's great at knocking out microbes. Peppermint I love. Peppermint is all about clear breathing. If you have got a sinus congestion, just pop a drop of peppermint on the palm of your hands, rub your hands together and take a few deep inspirations. Really feel how the peppermint works through your sinuses. If you've got a bit of brain fog in the morning, same deal, peppermint just works beautifully. So you can imagine in this little combo that I've got, and all I've done is I've just popped the lid on so I don't spill it. This little combo that I've got lemon, peppermint, and I've got a little bit of tea tree. Beautiful combo to have the house smelling delicious, to keep us awake on this kind of warm and cozy Sunday afternoon, and also to help knock out some bugs. So, oh, I love it, I really do. So you'll see that this diffuser has a light. I can turn that light on or off. I actually really like it on. And you can see that it produces a mist pretty much straight away as soon as those vibration plates get to work, and you'll see that it's a cold mist. And that cold mist is important because if we heat our essential oils, we actually degrade some of their therapeutic properties, and so they don't work as effectively as when they're kept cold. So the fact that this is a cold mist diffuser is actually pretty cool. And I love it. So I'm just going to go and pop this diffuser over on the countertop there, where it's going to put that beautiful aroma right throughout this room. The chemical constituents of the essential oils are actually going to exert their own benefits by knocking out any airborne pathogens that might be floating around. And as well as that, we're going to have this tiny little bit of moisture going kind of into our environment to help keep the air nicely hydrated. If you are feeling a little under the weather, then make sure that you actually place the diffuser somewhere close to where you're actually sitting or working. You want to get the maximum amount of these essential oils into your each breath, okay? So don't pop it in the furthest place away from you and then wonder why the peppermint's not doing its job clearing your sinuses. You know, like go sit on the couch and pop this on the couch next to you. Really let the oils do their job. So this is my top tip of diffuser blends for when you just want the house to smell gorgeous, you want people to stay healthy and the air to stay healthy, but none of you are really sick. Lemon, peppermint, and tea tree. I love it. Give it a try and tell me what you think. All right. If you are sick and you're wanting a diffuser blend to actually help support you, I'm going to suggest 2. One I mentioned briefly already, and that was the On Guard and the Easy Air. So Easy Air is our clear breathing blend. Okay, it's beautiful with the peppermint and eucalyptus and things like that in there. These two together I find super refreshing and fantastic. The On Guard helps to knock out the pathogens. The Easy Air helps us to breathe well. If you've got something that's really kind of sitting on your chest, can I suggest you consider adding in some oregano, which is also in our Home Essentials kit. Oregano, brilliant at helping issues involving the lungs. Now, a little goes a long way with the oregano. Don't go getting too heavy-handed. Just put 1 drop in with your diffuser blend, okay? And then, again, pop that diffuser somewhere close to where you're sitting so you can really breathe it in and those essential oils have a chance to work in your lungs. So lemon, peppermint, tea tree for a beautiful smelling house, great anti-pathogen blend. On guard for when you're really starting to feel unwell. Add in the easy air if you need some respiratory support, and add in the oregano if you're feeling it on the chest. So there you go. They're my tips. I'll catch you later. See ya.